Hello everyone, I'm in conversation with Gabriel Benarkuu, National Chairman, Ghana Coalition of NGOs in Health, GCNH, and CEO, MIHOSO International Foundation, Mission of Hope. Hi Gabriel, how are you doing?
Good, how are you too?
I'm awesome. So I'm really excited today to talk about a topic which is very close to my heart, and it's about leadership. But you're taking a step further and talking more in terms of appreciative leadership. So I want to know what it is exactly appreciative leadership, and how does it relate to OD?
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate and I think that having worked for almost 20 years now in leadership and organization development, managing people and organizations over the last 20 years have given me a lot of lessons, a lot of successes, and a lot of insight about leadership. And I got to know that leadership is just not about what you and I hear from the outsiders, where people talk about strategic leadership, influential leadership, and all those things. But there's one type of leadership in people that we have not discovered. So I got to know that most people who are successful either in community or in organization have used it, and they have made great progress in terms of managing people, in terms of managing organization, in terms of managing communities. And that is what I share as appreciative leadership. Appreciative leadership is just recognizing the power, the creative power in people, recognizing authority in people, recognizing the systems within which people manage, and using this power and great opportunities to help lead people successfully, lead communities successfully, and manage organizations successfully. So appreciative leader is the one that deals with the whole system of the organization or the community. The one that works with everybody, the one that recognizes the power in people, and the one that coaches people to get the best out from them positively, is what I share as appreciative leadership.
Oh, okay, wow. So you have implemented this in communities, and what is the scope of it? You think that this can be applied across the board? Have you worked in organizations where you've seen the impact?
Great. It works perfectly in either organization or in communities. And I have researched into it over the last 17 years. I have applied appreciative leadership. I have researched into leadership and found people who have used leadership and who have used appreciative leadership techniques and found it very interesting. And this has been in line with Professor Gabriel Benarkuu's appreciative inquiry model, where people or leaders recognizes the strengths in the organization, recognizes the power in the organization by discovering, and I am very much particular about this word discovering. Discovering means what is it that we have not seen in people that we can motivate people to really bring it out. I have used it successfully but I have researched into it and found some indigenous Ghanaians who have used appreciative leadership and they have built very strong communities. Let me give you a typical example. A great grandfather of mine who was a great entrepreneur. I heard about him and I wanted to research about him. And over the last 5 years, I intensively interviewed people, more than 100 people, about him and how he did things. Even though he was an illiterate, he has not been to school before, but he had used appreciative leadership successfully. And this is what I found about him. One, he was able to mobilize his community, dialogue with them to identify the great potentials they have in the community that they can market for investors to come in there. Two, he has been able to leverage this information that the community have given and presented it in different platforms to receive authority attention. And so he received the greatest attention within the municipality in one of the remotest community in rural Ghana. Then he didn't end there. He led the community to identify some practices that are very harmful to the community. For example, he realized that burying people in that part of the world without cloth, just burying people like that, he thought that it was something that was not dignified. And so he dialogued with all the opinion leaders to agree that henceforth, if somebody died, this is over 50 years ago that I'm talking about. Wow. We need to dignify the person by dressing the person decently instead of the traditional way of doing things. So he was the first person to lead the community to recognize how they can dignify people when they die by clothing them and using coffin to bury them. And this has become recognized in the whole region, and they have given a lot of citation about how he has been able to modernize culture. Wow. So this is giving the community a well-recognized status in terms of community and social development. Now the community have received prominence, and a lot of people have used that to change a lot of cultural perception on helpful cultural practices. And this has revealed, and I thought that yes, in appreciative leadership, you have the one that identify and recognizes and dignify people who are motivated to see a vision that the leader sees. So it's not just the leader communicating the vision, but the actions, the information, and the comportment of that leader must be able to get everybody alongside to be able to achieve a goal in the community or in the organization.
So it's really
and the process of
missing link. Sorry, I'm just wanting to add one thing here, that it seems like it is the missing link between the execution of a vision, because a lot of times leaders say they have a vision but they can't execute it because nobody is aligned to that vision. So this is one extra thing or extra step that leaders need to take to get aligned to the vision.
Thank you. This is great contribution. So the one who sees have the responsibility of also helping other people to see and also have the responsibility of helping them with energy. And I mean the word energy is so important to me. Appropriate energy that can help people in community and organizations to see the vision that the leaders have seen and to contribute their part for the realization of the vision is very critical. So energy is very important in appreciative leadership. Now, the appreciative leadership dreams with the people. He dreams with the people. And I'm very happy to see this dream that my great-grandfather came out with. Why can't we modernize our culture? Why can't we change our way of doing things and still remain relevant? Why can't we add the new perspective of doing things so that we are not vindicated, we are not stigmatized, but we are part of the global world that is poised for global change? And that is what this great man did. He dreamed with the people by asking the appropriate questions, by associating the situation with them, and by helping them with appropriate energy to see and contribute to the change that he desired for. But he didn't do it alone. So dreaming effectively in appreciative leadership is very critical. Now, after the two phases that I say in appreciative leadership, the first one is the discovery, the second one is the dream, then the third one is how this dream becomes reality. This dream becomes reality. This dream becomes reality when appropriate consultations have taken place, when roles and responsibilities are given, when the teams are provided with resources to articulate their dream, when somebody is playing a role to ensure that the various dreams that have been identified during the discovery are implemented. This great man did that. He first of all got all the team. Once they agreed, roles and responsibilities were given to them, and he provided the resources. Because he was such a great entrepreneur, so he had resources to share. So he shared appropriate resources to the various teams for them to accomplish their dreams. And they succeeded in doing that, and they came back successfully, and the community became a powerful community, well recognized in the history of that part of the region in Ghana. So the point I'm trying to drive at is, in appreciative leadership, conscious efforts are made to create the opportunity to generate the energy to achieve actionable ideas or concepts. And this is very critical. All the roadmaps are well articulated and implemented to ensure that everybody receive the applause in terms of moving ahead. So this is the person who didn't have any position in the community.